Welcome back, everybody. You get to now listen to Tyler talk about baseball, the American League this time. All right, Tyler, you're up.
Thanks, James. All right, so I'm going to go through the American League division by division. I'm going to talk about each team in the order I think they'll place from bottom to first. All right, so we're going to go east to west because that's how the sun goes, I guess. So we'll start.
No.
So fucking stupid.
Start with the
Strong
bottom
start, buddy.
teams.
The sun moves horizontally only.
Shut up, Eric. All right. The Baltimore Orioles in 2019, they finished in fifth place with a 54-108 record. I don't see 2020 being any different for these guys. They're still rebuilding. They have some good talent that's coming up, but they're just not there yet. They're going to finish fifth. In fourth place, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. They finished fourth last year as well, 67-95. They got some good, exciting players in Vlad Jr., Bo Bichette, Biggio. And they have a pretty decent starting pitching. Hyunjin Ryu was their big sign in the offseason. He's going to be their ace.
You miss him?
Yes, I think Ryu's a great pick for them. I was really sad to see him go. I think he's going to be really great for that team. Matt Shoemaker, Tanner Roark, Chase Anderson kind of round out that rotation. I think this team takes a step forward this season, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, though, and they'll finish fourth. At third, I have the Boston Red Sox. They finished third last year as well at 84-78. They got a lot of key players last year who they missed. They lost Mookie Betts and David Price and traded the Dodgers, and Chris Sale is gone for the season with Tommy John surgery. They still have a pretty solid lineup though. Bogarts, Devers, Martinez, Benintendi, Verdugo. But I think their lack of pitching depth is a big concern for me. I think they have a slight chance of making a wild card spot, but I don't think they will, and they'll finish third. In second place, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. They finished second last year as well. They made the playoffs and lost in the division series to Houston. I think they're a dark horse to win the World Series this year, however. They have a ton of great bullpen arms. They had the best ERA in baseball last season, headlined by Nick Anderson, Diego Castillo, and Oliver Drake. These guys throw absolute cheese, just 100 without any effort, with tons of movement. They're just nasty. And their starting rotation, if they're healthy, is one of the best in baseball. Blake Snell, Charlie Morton, Tyler Glasnow. I think it's going to be a really tight race for that first place spot with the Yankees, but I think they'll finish second and grab one of those wild card spots. And then winning the division in 2020 will be the New York Yankees. They won last year, lost in the ALCS to Houston. They finished last year with a record of 103-59. They got Garrett Cole this year, guys, best pitcher in baseball. Just adds to that depth that they have at pitching. They're a little healthier this year. Aaron Judge looks healthy. Stanton looks healthy. So that lineup's going to be stacked. They have extremely good depth, one of the best or one of the deepest teams in baseball. I just think they're too good not to win this division, even with the Rays creeping up on them. So what do you guys think of that division?
I agree with all your predictions.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the way through there. There's really, the only ones that are really kind of close to me are the Rays and the Red Sox. Like I had the Rays winning 33 games and the Red Sox winning 32. So in a 60-game season, like every game really matters, like big time.
Yep.
So there's a chance that the Rays, if they get hot, or somebody goes down or the Red Sox, if they get hot and somebody goes down for the Rays, that they take that wild card. There's a shot there. I think Yankees for sure are going to win that division straight up. There's no question there for me.
In this shortened season, I actually picked the Rays to win the division. I think that three-headed monster of Morton, Glasnow, and Snell, if big caveat, if they're healthy, and I think that bullpen is rival of the Yankees. I know, Tyler, you're just saying, Stanton and Judge are healthy. Aaron Hicks is healthy as of right now, but those guys are very fragile. Judge is now in his fourth year. He's only played one healthy year. He's not had two healthy years these last 2 years. He just had some neck stiffness thing pop up either yesterday or today. Giancarlo Stanton, same thing. Both these guys are fucking huge. They're too big to be playing baseball. Maybe the 60-game season helps because they don't get worn down over such a long amount of time. Luis Severino, not Pedro Severino, Luis Severino's out for the year for the Yankees. You know, Tanaka just got hit in the head. He seems fine, thank God. I don't know. I'm going big. I'm big on that Rays hype train right now. I think their pitching staff and their bullpen, they're just going to let those guys fly because it's a 60-game season. I'm just going to let them go. And I got them. I think they like squeak it out. I think it'll be super close.
Alex, you got to put money odds for them to win at plus 380. I mean, that's if you're that bullish, take that bet, man.
Do it.
I mean, we can make a bet right now.
Do it.
$100 that the Yankees take the division over the Rays.
James, we're already betting on the Dodgers Angels.
Yeah, let's bet another one.
Stop. We'll talk about it later.
No, so you should
Off-air.
take that bet, man.
Off air. All right, moving on to the AL Central. The Detroit Tigers had the worst record last year in baseball, losing 114 games. Honestly, the best they can do this year is not lose more than 114 games. They're pretty bad. The Kansas City Royals, also pretty bad last year, lost 103 games, finished fourth. They have some good pitching prospects coming through their system, but they're just not there yet. And we need to see a lot of improvement from a lot of the young players like Mondesi, Nicky Lopez, Ryan O'Hearn. Really, that's kind of what they're looking for, some improvement from some of those players, but they're going to finish fourth. Cleveland Indians, I have finishing third. Last year, they finished second, just missed out on the wild card last season. But they do have some great young pitching in Bieber, Clevenger, Plesac, and Carrasco. Pretty solid bullpen. Great lineup with Lindor, Santana, and Ramirez. I think it'll be a tight race in that division. I think this division of all the divisions in the American League is going to be really tight, but I think they finished third. I have the Chicago White Sox at second. Last year they finished third. They got pretty good starting pitching. Giolito had a breakout year last year. I think Keuchel was a sneaky good signing for them, and Gio Gonzalez. And these guys can swing the bat. They got some really good hitters on this team: Grandal, Tim Anderson, Moncada, Jimenez, Abreu, Encarnacion. These guys can rake. I think this is going to be a surprise team, which, especially with this shortened 2020 season, and I think that they will also take the second wild card. The Minnesota Twins will finish first. They won 101 games last year, and they just added more depth to their team in their offseason. They added Josh Donaldson, Kenta Maeda, Rich Hill, Tyler Clippard, and Alex Avila. So already adding to a solid pitching staff in Barrios or Dozy and Pineda. Their lineup: Donaldson, Cruz, Sano, Kepler, Rosario, Mitch Garver, Polanco. Another really, really great lineup. If these guys can stay healthy, they're going to win that division. What do you guys think for the Central?
I have the Indians winning.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. I have the Indians. I'm not 100% sold on that Twins pitching staff. If Dick Mountain was healthy, which is Rich Hill, Dick Mountain, you know.
When you say Dick Mountain,
There you go.
That's his nickname, bro.
That was his player's nickname, homie. Dick Mountain.
Dick Mountain.
what's wrong with him? Why is he not healthy?
He's old as fuck.
Yeah, he's like 40. I can't remember. He fucked it up last year at the end of the season with the Dodgers, but I can't. It's something with his elbow or a shoulder, I think.
so he's Dick Dragger now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think, you know, Kopech with the White Sox, he opted out. He's their young guy. I feel like those top three teams could flip flop either way. They're going to beat up on the Royals and the Tigers. I don't know. I have faith in Terry Francona and Francisco Lindor to just kind of carry that team. Shout out to my Kansas City Royals jersey back there. Wore it last year when they beat the Angels down there in Anaheim when I went to see them play. So
Heyo.
pointing that out for you fuckers down there.
Fuck the Royals, dude.
All right. Moving on to the AL West. Where am I going to put the Angels, boys? Ooh. Second, first, third, last?
Second, man.
All right. Well, it's not going to be last. The Mariners finished last year, and I think it'll be the same. They're just going through a rebuild. There's not much else to say about them. Texas Rangers last year finished third. Their starting pitching is interesting. I think overall this is an interesting team. Their starting pitching features Kluber, Mike Minor, Lance Lynn. All these guys are pretty solidified starters in the big leagues, but they're also getting a little bit up there in age. So I'm a little concerned about their health and they're able to be effective. Their bullpen is shaky, but has potential. Lineup is full of really average, inconsistent players: Gallo, Odor, Frazier, Chu. So I just don't really have faith in this team being a competitor, and they're going to finish fourth. All right, guys, I got the Angels at third place, which is an improvement from last year. Last year they were at fourth with a 72-90 record. The big thing for the Angels this year is the return of Shohei Ohtani. He's going to be a big person to watch. A pretty good lineup with him in there, along with Trout, Rendon, Pujols. Justin Upton is probably one of the biggest question marks in that lineup. If he can stay healthy and be effective, that adds a whole nother dynamic to that lineup. But he's just a big question mark for me. Like I said, I think this team is going to be a little bit better, but their pitching still lacks for me, and they'll finish third. I'm putting the Houston Astros at second because fuck the Houston Astros. This is definitely a little bit of an emotional pick for me, but I don't care. Obviously, last year they've lost the World Series to the Nationals. We'll see if the sign stealing scandal has any effect on them. They lost the best pitcher in Garrett Cole. They still have Verlander and Greinke. A pretty good bullpen. Their lineup is stacked: Altuve, Springer, Bregman. So I'm just hoping that they just suck for some reason. Honestly, I just don't want to talk about the Astros anymore. So I'm going to go with Oakland A's taking this division.
Wow.
Last year they won 97 games, finished second, lost the wild card game to the Rays. They got some good young starting pitching. They have a really good bullpen, and then Chapman, Olsen, and Semien lead that lineup. I think in a 60-game season, this team's young. They're going to be fired up to win. They want to take down that beast of a juggernaut of the Houston Astros. I think they'll win that division. So that's kind of my little sneaky pick there. So just to go over it overall one final time. In the East, I have the Yankees. In the Central, I have the Twins. In the West, I have the A's. And my two wild card are the Rays and the White Sox. What do you guys got?
Okay, so let's talk about the West before we go too far.
Yeah.
I have the Astros going number one, 36 wins, 24 losses.
Houston
I have the
Asterisks.
Angels going 33 wins and the A's going 32 wins. That's my prediction of it. And I do think that the Angels take that wild card position because they should.
Yeah.
I think that's stupid. Okay.
The Astros are just, you have the scandal and you're emotional about it and whatnot, but they're just too good, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, they still have Justin Verlander. He was hurt before all this shit started. Now he's fine. His groin strain is done. He's healthy. He just came out saying he feels good. And that lineup, man, that lineup is stacked. There's just too much.
They are. I'm
there.
just hoping for a disaster. That's really my.
I know. There's a phrase in my world that you can't make investment thesis based on hope because that's not a thing. Let's be real. The Houston Asterisks, the Houston Trash Tros, whatever you want to fucking call them, are gonna get first in the West. Let's be real. And I think this 60-game season, actually, if anybody's going to benefit, going back to what you talked about a couple weeks ago, they're going to benefit the most because going back to what Alex said, they're not going to have time to get hit with pitches, to get into fights, and do any of that. These games fucking matter now. So they don't have time to get revenge now. They can't take advantage of that. Dude, the Houston Astros are just going to fucking sail, and it's unfortunate.
I agree with you. I have the A's. I have the A's winning the division.
Yeah.
I think the Astros will have a little bit of a hangover from all of this. And I'm worried, not worried because I don't feel bad for them because fuck them, but they've got a solid top two, but Verlander and Greinke are both plus 35. They're older guys. There's a decent chance they break down. And then the guys following them no one's proven. So if I was an Astro fan, I'd be worried a little bit about their starting rotation. So I have the A's winning the division. For you Angel fans, they're a little too right-handed, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Upton, Trout, Pujols, Rendon, they're all right-handed hitters. I do think Shohei Ohtani is possibly the most exciting player in all of baseball, though. So shout out to Shohei. I have the A's.
There we go. Let's go A's. I will put money on
Yeah,
that one.
let's
just
go
because-
Angels.
Because
I actually think
Astros.
the A's will beat out the Angels in the wild card. I'm with you guys on that one.
I've got Yankees Twins in the wild card because the Twins cannot get past the Yankees in the playoffs. I think they've won 2 out of the last 15 games against the Yankees in the playoffs, something like that. And I really want to see that matchup one more time.
yeah,
That's
that would be cool to watch.
I don't
Yes.
know dick about baseball, but I do have a random quick story that one time I met
You guys
Garrett
know a lot
Cole.
about Dick, though.
I met Garrett Cole one time at a Clippers game like 2 years ago when he was on the Astros, and it was like that scene with Chris Farley in Saturday Night Live when he's interviewing Paul McCartney. He was like, when he's like, hey, remember when you played that song from Abbey Road album? He's like, yeah, I do. He's like, that was awesome, man. That was great. But so when I met Garrett Cole, I was like, dude, all right. Like, I didn't really know who he was. And then my coworker's like, that's fucking Garrett Cole pitching for the Astros. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Talking to him. So you've pitched at Dodger Stadium before? He's like, yeah. Yeah. Won the World Series there last year in 7 games. I'm like, oh, okay, nice. That was awesome, man. Well, you ever played at the Angel Stadium? He's like, yeah, we play them every year. They're in our division. It's like,
You
yeah,
fucking
man,
idiot.
that was awesome, man. That was excellent.
Dude, Eric, you're so lucky I was not there for that because I would have punched you in the face.
Yeah. I
Dude,
mean,
you
I
would've
guess
broken
he's
your hand,
important
Tyler.
now. I guess he's important
Worth
now,
it.
but you know.
I mean,
It is
we're
a
just
big
name
deal.
dropping people. Like, I've met Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. We're just going to start throwing names out there.
I met Trey
Did you know
Maria.
who they were?
I did know who they were. Yeah, Mike Trout and I had a little decent conversation about dogs. It was a great time.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You should have talked to him about IPAs.
I should have, man. Fuck.
All right, guys. That was Tyler's segment there. He covered 15 teams in 15 minutes.
Woo!
Pretty impressive, guys.
Speed round.
Thank you, Tyler.
Hey, go, Tom.